Hey guys, you're back with Bunky. We're taking a look at the last of the Voluses now. We're going to be rocking the Volus Protector, okay? It's a no fitness build, yeah. He's got some great survivability, guys, but you do need to take some precautions. This is how I'm going to build him, okay? You go with, always go with radius on biotic charge, guys, always. You want to be staggering a group. You want the group surrounding you when you go in for the charge there, staggered. You don't want anybody shooting at you on arrival. Go with the weapon synergy, because he's got no powers, really. Don't attack with his biotic orbs, don't. Just go with the weapon synergy, and then get yourself some extra barriers then, so you can increase your pitiful, pitiful barriers by 50% there. Shield boost, highly important, slightly different though, okay, I do go with shields, but this time rather than regeneration, because we have biotic charge, so we can regenerate our barriers like that, okay, in a moment. You're better off with the recharge speed, so you can spam this thing, okay. So a really nice way to reload cancel. You reload cancel with extra shields, okay, but you still want protection for the last one, okay, get the damage reduction there. Biotic orbs. We are not being offensive with them this time. This time we are rocking them for the recharge speed benefits. It really does not matter what you do for the first evolution, okay? Because you're not going to be shooting them. I select impact radius just because I selected damage before, but I suppose if you ever kind of want to sort of knock back a group of enemies for a bit of crowd control, the impact radius is, you got a 3 meter radius, so you can hit back a few enemies there. But you don't shoot them, guys. It's about this. Look, recharge speed. Increase the recharge speed bonus for each orb by 5%. Okay, so every orb that spins around you gives you a 15% increase to your recharge speed. And then I go with the orb count. So now we actually have 4 orbs spinning around us. So that's 4 15s, okay? That's 60% increase to our recharge speed, which is nice. For the Volus training, okay, I go with the weapon damage, and then I go with the power damage, okay? I really, really would have liked to have shield boost, actually, because, you'll see in the gameplay why shield boost would be nice, but you've got to take that power damage if you want to have the right force in your biotic charge to stagger a phantom, okay? You do not want to be charging into a phantom and having her still there when the animation's over, okay? You want her off her feet. You're going to need the power damage to do that, unfortunately. Otherwise, it's pointless, because you've only got charge, and, it's not about killing with charge, but what are you going to do, hey? You do want the weapon damage, though, so don't take the damaging capacity either, okay? You want that weapon damage, and then for the final evolution, get yourself some more weapon damage. And then there is no fitness, okay, guys? There's no fitness. You will be able to survive on the equipment, but if you haven't got the equipment, you can miss out on that last evolution of Volus training and go 3 ranks into fitness, okay, and boost him that way. You do need that little boost because you will get wrecked otherwise. The 500 barrier is not good enough. But I'll show you how to sort that out in a moment. The weapon is going to be the Reegar Carbine, okay, so that we just obliterate everything in front of us. I'm sticking on the Shredder mod for some piercing, and the high caliber barrel then for some extra damage, and the Reegar's going to rip stuff apart. It really is. And then for the equipment, okay, for the armor bonus, I'm taking the incendiary rounds. Okay, guys, get the fire explosions. I think I was rocking incendiary 4 for the gameplay, so that was much better at setting them up. But 3 is going to be fine. 2 is okay. For the armor bonus, you absolutely want to be getting on a cyclonic modulator. Okay, you really do, because look, with the cyclonic modulator 4 is 150% increase to your shields. Okay, very, very nice. You do want that, because you will go down, guys. He's not a tank. He's got some great survivability. I'll get into it in the gameplay, but he is not a tank. For the gear bonus, okay, more weapon damage. I'm going to go with the shotgun amp. And then the weapon bonus, more weapon damage. Go for a shotgun rail amp, okay? That's going to be us good to go. I'm going to jump into the gameplay and show you this little guy in action. Alright then, here we go. Oh, sorry about all my snuffling, guys. I am rocking a major man cold at the moment, and, there's so much worse. It's me and Dom here with 2 pugs doing another unknown gold. This was actually part of the whole reel. Me and Dom just did a bunch of really great games in succession, so I just used them all, to be honest. It was just think, which ones did we knock out? I think I did the Destroyer, and then I went straight into the Engineer, Volus Engineer, and then I did the Huntress as well. Okay, so and then this game, so these were like done right back to back in one evening on a little roll. Speaking of which, let's rock this little bowling ball. Okay, we're on London against the Reapers. Now I play this guy like a little tactical battle master. I really do. He's very adaptive, you know, because obviously he has all those little Volus traits. So, you know, he can cloak to slip in and out of situations. He can cloak to do objectives. He can shield boost to help with objectives. He can shield boost to help teammates. You know, his super medic can quite literally fly across the map to the enemy that downed you, take it out, pick you up, and then give you shields. So, you know, he's a really great aspect of the team. He's still got the great support role. In fact, arguably the best medic out of all the Voluses, just because he can fly in and find you all over the place and just get you all revived. He's got the best mobility, because you know, the Voluses, they can't jump over cover and stuff, so you're kind of forced to do that. And now I'm starting to wonder, do they climb ladders? I can't remember. I don't climb ladders in general in this game, actually, because it leaves you incredibly vulnerable, but I'm not entirely sure if they do. I mean, the Juggernaut gets his ass up a ladder, I imagine the Volus can, but I know they can't get over cover or take cover. So, you know, they do have to run circles around the map just to get around, or just to get like a plain view, but this guy can just obviously just charge across the map, through walls, all that kind of good stuff. Now, his major advantage over the other Volus is his ability to carry heavier weapons and do more damage with them. The orbs boost his recharge speed a lot. Okay, that's like a 60% increase to his recharge speed. So that sort of nullifies the extra weight of like all the great guns in the game. So, you know, you can carry them and keep surviving with shield boost and charge. They regenerate fast enough for him to keep using them. I like, as you might notice it here, I normally use biotic charge to get around the map. I'll also use it to stagger certain enemies as well, or you know, when I think I'm due for another weapon synergy boost. Okay, and that's when I'll do my charge, but most of the time I'll just take on a crowd with just like emptying the Reegar into them at point blank and reload cancel with the shield boost, because then I've just got that nice obviously got the regenerated shields and get my shields back that instant, and then I got the extra damage reduction as well. So I do just go around just Reegaring and shield boosting for the most part. That's why the shield boost evolution in his passive tree would have been sweet, just because, you know, that would have made the shield boost so much better. But you do need at least 1,000 newtons of force to stagger a Phantom on gold and platinum, so you make sure you spec for that power damage, otherwise you're going to run into some trouble on the higher difficulties. You know, the charge, as I said, though, also grants him the extra weapon damage, so that other Voluses don't have access to, so that's like another advantage he's got. He generally does put out more weapon damage than any other Volus. So, you know, he has everything he needs to be a Vanguard. You know, he's got the survivability and damage output, or, you know, crowd control is the other thing a Vanguard can have if they haven't got the damage. Although you do get the damage output, you do need to be, you know, to get the damage output, sorry, you do need to be unapologetically overpowered, okay? And by that I mean you need to be taking the hardest hitting guns available. Literally, don't try to be coy or anything. Literally, pick up a Reegar, a Claymore, a Harrier, a Lancer, strap it on him, and just do a lot of weapon damage. That's what you need to be doing. Don't fuck around. You can't fuck around, okay, guys? Yeah, you have survivability, but you are not a tank. You need to dead them before they dead you, okay? So, you know, you can throw some bombs into the mix as well. That's why I got the incendiary rounds on, okay? So I cannot, any enemy I'm sort of gunning with the Reegar is just being primed for fire explosions in an instant. That's also, so I think I can charge, that's another reason for me to charge then, is also I can get the fire explosion, get some more crowd control, put on more damage, all good stuff. Fire explosions are awesome. But, you know, any elemental ammo is going to work, okay, guys? You can go with Disruptor, Cryo, you can do it, but you essentially, like I said before, he has the advantage he has over other Voluses is that he can actually do a damn sight more weapon damage. Okay, so go ahead and rock like armor, drill, or warp ammo. Okay, and just they're the best for just putting out a lot of damage with your bullets. Okay. Now, obviously, for the armor bonus, I have stuck the Cyclonic. I've always said, with all the other bonuses, don't bother wasting your Cyclonics on them because their shields are so pitiful. But the other bonuses are a lot sneakier than this guy. This guy goes... He's a Vanguard, so he's right in the enemy's face. He's taking all the aggro. So he does actually need a Cyclonic Modulator. A Cyclonic Modulator 4... You know, with the 150% shield increase, it actually gives you 1,250 barrier. So that's not to be shrugged at, okay? You are going to be up in the enemy's face, and so you know when you charge into them, you need them to not just take you out that very instant, okay? You need to, because they will with 500 barriers. You'll stagger them, they'll get their footing back, and then shoot you. I mean, if you're picking off one or even two, maybe a small group, you can stagger them and take them out of the Reegar or something before they can actually return fire. But you know, groups can get big, and when you encounter one of those big groups, it's all over. It's game over because you can't shoot them all, and you know, so they're going to take out those pathetic little barriers that you got. So Cyclonic is great. The other armor bonus would power efficiency. Could work, okay, guys, because that's going to allow you to charge and shield boost more often, and that's how you're surviving with this guy. To be perfectly honest, it's not the 1,250 barriers that makes me survive; it's those two powers. So if you can get them off very frequently, you know, that'll be good for you. But if you do that, you're going to have to be smart, okay? You're going to have to play a bit more cautious. You can't just go out into the like I am. I'm standing in the death zone on London here. This is out in the middle, out in the open. That would be if any of the enemy just return fire, it would have been game over. Okay, you're gonna have to pick your angles in which you take on the group and pick which groups you charge into. Okay, but you know you have got the ability to survive then because you can get the powers out nice and quick. Now, obviously, for the gear, I'm just rocking the appropriate weapon amp. That's why I recommend you do just really sort of pile up the weapon damage. But again, you could go with structural ergonomics and get the recharge speed. So you've got the survivability there. And then there's obviously just the shield options, okay? You can go with all the shield options, okay? Whatever you feel would benefit you most. There's plenty of shield recharging out there, and shield strength, extra ops packs, and medi-gels, you know. Whatever you think you need when you're out there with the Volus Protector, you go ahead and take them. Although, another great opportunity for this character is actually the Batarian Gauntlet, okay? Mainly because it's funny. It's really, really funny. You would have to, like, speculative melee damage, so to be doing anything worthwhile with the Batarian Gauntlet, which means you would have to give up your passives, essentially. You would probably need damaging capacity or something like that. Because you won't be able to stagger the Phantom. It is tricky, but you will need like full melee damage on the guy, and you can just charge in and you can do the whole Batarian heavy melee thing, which is it is really funny to see. Actually, you can sort of hold your ground with that, because the Batarian heavy melee gives you an amazing damage reduction. So there's more survivability again. If you charge in and you do the heavy melee, you just take so much less damage then, and then once the heavy melee's done, you stagger the enemy back or blown the heads off, then you just shield boost yourself, get your shields back, and rinse and repeat. Okay, and it is just funny to see a Volus just like do a wind up falcon punch, smack like a prime in his shin, and then just watching his head explode. This little ball guy. The Volguard is hilarious. Okay, he is funny as fuck to watch. People love to see it in action. They absolutely do. And I don't see it in action, honestly. It is sad, because he is good, and he's simple to play. He's really simple. It is like the Krogan Battlemaster, but you've got some more options, and you know you can just do something a bit different with him now and again, whatever the situation requires, to be honest. But it is admittedly high pressure though, because you know, if you don't do the right thing, you die. Essentially, you want to be making sure that your shields are always coming back. I mean, I'm always getting comments and messages about how funny it was watching me with this guy. You know, people in the game on the mic, and they're going, "Oh my god, look at the little Volus!" Or I actually get messages after the game's finished, simple lols and stuff. It is funny, especially from a third person's perspective. Just watching this little ball just going around knocking about the place. It's funny. He's badass though. The little guy will bite your legs off. Okay. So this is, but you know, this is what I mean by, well, I don't need, I don't. It's like you can see, guys. You can see how I'm surviving. It's just I'm just putting out a ton of damage, and you know when I got to reload, I'm getting my shields back. Okay, so it's all there. Okay, it's everything you need to do. I mean, here I'm just going to get the objective done here. I can shield boost, you know, whenever I need to. So if I get that Ravager decides to hit me like he does, I can take a preemptive shield boost. There's a bit of immunity the first time. As you might have seen, that first shot did nothing. So I take a preemptive one, and you can just do all the objectives. Most of the other Vanguards are better for protecting the teammates so they can do objectives. You know, they'll take the aggro away from the hack or the devices, you know, all that kind of good stuff. But the Volus can actually, you know, just be hands-on and actually get the objective done, okay? Because obviously with this one, I can't cloak because that'll make you, when you do the Volus's cloak, you drop the object, so you can't do that. But you know, that's good for devices. I can cloak, I can get the device done. I can stand in the upload cloaked and the enemy aren't going to shoot me. I can also stand in the upload and just shield boost like crazy so the rest of the team just don't go down. Because the shield boost comes out faster, the orbs, guys. You can just spam it. You know, what everyone thinks you need to do with the Volus, you can actually do really, really well with this guy. Well, at least this build with this guy. And you can obviously do that for the escorts as well. So you can really just get involved and help out in every situation. You can go out, you can take the aggro, and you can kill the enemy, and you can do devices. He's a great Volus. He's a really great Volus, and I honestly don't see people play him. I mean, if I do see a Volus, it's normally a supporting Volus, and it's somebody rocking the Adept and just going around shield boosting and stuff. I mean, you can do that with the Vanguard because he's got the biotic orbs as well, but you know, I don't know why people don't pick him up because he's got more survivability than the Adept. But you know, what are you gonna do? Hopefully, I can enlighten some people with this video, okay, guys? Because you do it all. It's almost like you're a normal-sized person, okay? It's no issue with keeping up with the rest of the team with the Volus Protector. You've also got the joy of being hilarious while you do it. So, you know, you little guy. I mean, the only real drawback to the Volus Protector is the fact that you've got that limit. You've got limited mobility. It's not like as limited as the other Volus because of charge, like I said earlier. But you know, you can't jump over cover and stuff like that. I wish they did, to be honest. I mean, I can appreciate the difficulty just because of, you know, its shape and size. It makes it tricky. But it would have been nice if they could have just had like a funny little animation that maybe takes longer than everybody else for them to just sort of hop over chest-high walls and stuff. But what are you going to do? It's done. It's not going to change now. But as you saw then, I did just get ripped apart by the Marauders. You know, like with all the other Voluses, but weapon damage kills them, okay? If they get shot, they go down, and that's who you want to be focusing on, okay? You want to go with the guys who's got range. The enemies that shoot you is who you want to take out first. You're actually going to see me piss about with the melee enemies in this game. I'm really going to just wind them up and stuff because they can't take him out. No, they definitely can't take him out. But those Marauders, those like 3 Marauders there, they just turned on me and they gunned me down sharpish. So yeah, you do. That's who your priority targets are, guys. You want to go with the ranged enemies, the shooting ones. In fact, I'm actually looking forward to calling it out. Actually, there's I was just because I was just out there being a little wrecking ball for this whole game. I just I started to just muck about. In the end, I just started taking the mick and playing about. It's because you can. It's going to be when it comes out. I'll point it out, but it's just further proving my point that you can just survive great with this character. I don't know which wave this is now. I think it might be 8. I think this is when I start mucking about. It was going to be 8 or 9. And like I showed you with the Krogan Battle Mass, okay, these nasty sync kill enemies, you can still actually lay into them at a safe distance with the Reegar. Obviously it does have limited range, but you can still stay out of sync kill range and actually hit them with the gun. So, you know, that's what you want to be doing. So like when you've got the Bwnci teleporting or the Praetorians grounded and stuff like that. Just working like that, and then you spot the time then when you charge in and you take them out. Of course, you can always go on a ramp like this and just play with them all day because they can't sync kill you as long as you keep it, as long as you never level. Although it does mess with your charge a little bit, as it was happening there. I couldn't charge for a second, but I'll be honest, that can happen to you anywhere. We'll see. You can just throw in some fire explosions. The Reegar's amazing at it. It just does unfathomable damage. No, but I don't think anybody truly understands how the hits register with the Reegar Carbine. I mean, there's some sort of logic with every other gun. I mean, these hits can. I mean, the projectile weapons shoot a very clear projectile, and you can see them land, you see them hit. All the other guns that are just firing bullets and lasers and stuff, that's hit scan. So it's like, as long as the enemy's in your sights and you're pulling the trigger at the right time, the damage registers depending on what's going on in the whole, you know, the whole time there. And then, you know, you've got guns like the assault rifles and the pistols and the sniper rifles and stuff. It's like a bullet comes out, it hits them, and it does what each bullet does. You know, they've got a set amount of damage. And, you know, the shotguns, they got pellets. So, you know, they come out, the bullets come out in like a cone, and depending how much of that cone actually lands on the enemy, depends how much damage you do with a shotgun. But the Reegar Carbine, I don't know, it just spits death. That's all it does. It's just death comes out the front of it. I don't know how much damage. I don't know what his rate of fire is. It's insane. It's not a stream of bullets. It's just like, it is literally what you see is like this blue flame of death that comes out the end of the gun, and it's just crazy. But speaking of crazy, the enemy were all over me then, so they're just going to get a missile, and I'm playing around with that. I mean, if you guys do actually know how the hits register with the Reegar Carbine, you can go ahead and post a comment, enlighten me. But it doesn't really matter. It's the results that matter, and look at them. It just completely obliterates shields and barriers, and armor doesn't take much longer, to be honest. Especially because it obliterates the protection like that, you just prime targets in a moment. It's really. It's great. It's definitely like the best Vanguard weapon, which is why I've picked it for my character here. Although, like I said, if the Claymore is just awesome. It hits so hard. You wouldn't have to get so stuck in, because you can actually snipe with the right mods on the Claymore. And if you decide to go with the assault rifles, like I said, the Harrier and the Lancer, you can actually keep a nice distance, and you assault rifle distance, and you shoot and you shield boost. It's that simple, guys. But I am a Vanguard. I have got the Vanguard title here, so I'm going to Vanguard properly. I'm charging in, and I'm going to wreck them up close. And the Reegar Carbine's definitely the gun for the job. When I first got my hands on him, the thing I was trying out with him was like stuff like the Hurricane, because I figured obviously he's so light, I'd be able to get his powers out really, just so often, ridiculously often. And it streams out bullets, so that, it's putting out some nice damage. But unfortunately, because he's a Volus, the Hurricane really isn't good enough for the job, as far as I'm concerned. It just doesn't do enough damage on a Volus's hand. So you really just need to just put your hands in the air, go, no, fuck it, I'm taking the strongest guns in the game. Now, here we go. This is me. I am quite literally going toe-to-toe with this brute, okay? I was determined to get the melee kill on him. Look, he had to call his friends to help him out the brick shit house. Next time, brute, I will be back for you. But speaking of, you can just dance circles around them, because I'm just getting my health back whenever I need to. I can shield boost and biotic charge all I want, all day, every day. Because the orbs are really fantastic for that. They are. I'll be honest. It's like as much as I pushed on my Volus of Depth for getting some damage out with him. The orbs are better for this. Okay, the orbs are definitely better for the recharge speed than they are the damage, or like bombs and stuff. But The thing is, we got 2 characters of the biotic orbs, so you don't need to do the same thing, especially since the Vanguard will actually do that thing better than the Adept. So you might as well just leave the job to him and, you know, do the little bombs thing with the Volus Adept. Give you a reason to play both of the characters. That's what it's about, guys. Doing something unique with each character. So you know, you open that character select screen. You're not just there going, oh, so which character shall I do fire explosions with now, or which character shall I shoot the Harrier with now? You know, you just get out, you go out there and you do something a little different with each one. Now I've got this Bwnci all to myself here. I am going for the melee kill. I want it so bad. I was determined to get it in this game, but it just would not let me have it. Look at that! Nothing, no thing. Oh, I was quite upset, but it's probably because I have no fitness. So there's literally no melee bonuses on the Vanguard on this build of the Vanguard. Actually, it's that little pulse that comes off the shield that actually does the melee damage, and I just really wanted it. It's always funny to see Volus melee kill in the kill feed. But we're wrapping up here. We've got 20 seconds on the clock for extraction. I'm going to start heading home. This guy's going to make sure this guy's up. Got his shields, because I'm a team player. And look back here with Dom, who's been camping LC like the entire game, because he's got a sniper infiltrator. And I think we all get home nice and safe. Oh no, partial, we lost somebody. Oh well, can't save them all, especially when you're trying to melee kill a Bwnci to death with a Volus. But no, okay, that is, I have done a build for every single Volus now. I've done a gameplay for every single Volus, and I think I have topped the scoreboard with every single Volus. And I've been going up against the big boys, okay? This isn't, none of this shit was staged, okay? I went, I'm sure in the Adept video I took on a Turian Ghost with a Harrier. In the Engineer video, Dom was playing, and you know, Dom's not a scrub at all, okay, he's my friend, and he was going with the Geth Infiltrator with the Hurricane 10, okay, still managed to outscore him, and the Sentinel, can't remember who was in there. Oh yeah, I had Techno Killer with his Ghost with the particle rifle. Okay, the Volus can keep up with the big boys, guys, and I hope you can see that now. Please comment, rate and subscribe.